For example, the guy leading this study, the study that he's proposing to find the cure of autism, the man's name is David Geier. David Geier and his father are two of the dumbest fucks. So he, in addition to being found liable for practicing medicine without a license, he also was injecting Lupron, a hormone blocker, into children with an attempt to clear autism. He is a known anti-vax perpetrator, and this is the man that's leading the study. My concern has been and continues to be the way that he is framing autism is both something that needs to be cured and that's something that he's going to give a very clear and defined answer. So for me, seeing these things and learning these things is enough to say, like, this isn't okay. And so as I continued to put out content, I started asking for help. I can't do this on my own. I am one person I have a platform, sure, but it's not an audience that's going to be able to reach every single person that I need to. So I started reaching out. And one person another therapist, her name's Jessica, she had made the comment, what if we start gathering stories from autistic authors and poets? What if we get those stories read on the House and Senate floor? So we started collecting stories. That was great. Then I started talking to another therapist. Her name's Lauren. I said, what if we get a petition together? What if we put a petition together, try and get as many eyes on it, and get the goal of sending it to every single rep, state, local, federal. We tried all these different things, and I continue to come up with ideas. So I guess my point is, didn't take much for me to go full throttle, but now that I'm going full throttle, I am not intending to back down at any point.
When you first heard the stuff, right? Because when I first heard, I'm like, Jesus Christ, what are we doing right now? And I know he's got a vocal issue and all this shit. The whole family's got some issues. It's just so hard for me to fucking listen to him. So I don't actually listen to any of the shit. I just saw small clips. Then I can't even watch the clips because I don't know if a lot of people can listen to him, but with my autism, I just can't. So then I started reading it, right? Because I'm like, okay, I can read the shit. And you're like, wow, okay. I feel like thinks he's trying to help. And I had some clients say, like, that are conservatives, right? Because I work with all people. You don't just get to shoo away clients because of their beliefs.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can triage things, but so I work with some conservatives, and one of them was like, I can't believe that he's saying this about folks with like ADHD and like stimulants and like autism. What if they take away my stimulants? What am I going to do? Like, what am I'm not going to be able to function. And I was like, honey, didn't say honey, but I was like, this is who you voted for. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Now this is finally affecting you. Now you care, which is interesting. I said, we're going to talk about it in therapy, but I said, I'm going to promise you one thing. If you think that they're about to take stimulants from all the white people that take it, you got another thing coming because it'll never happen. I don't give a fuck who's running the country. Never going to happen. If it was only blacks and Hispanics and the coloreds and the poor people, maybe. There's too many. And I know other people are like, oh, that's not, no, it's true. When it comes down to money and like the majority base, I don't think there's a way that they'll take away stims. But a lot of the other shit that he was saying, just how derogatory it is, how he's trying to, you're less than. I think at Spence, we just did that podcast with L2. Like, we're the rocket. We're vermin. But we are less than. We are something that needs to be cured and fixed. Doesn't matter where you're at and the support needs. You're all disabled. And so a lot of people are talking about this eugenics shit, and I didn't really think it was you. And then I'm like, oh shit, no, this is some eugenics because they trying to cure it or take you out of the population. I'm like, well, you can't take, you know how many millions of people. So to me, it's reading it was unfathomable. It's also impossible. You just can't do it. But you can collect a lot of user data. And so L2 was talking about some other maniacal shit that they got going on and what he's trying to do. I'm just like, who wins in this? Like, what are we actually doing? Are you protecting kids? Are you protecting kids? Like, what's the actual goal? So my question is to you, Andrew, because I'm confused. What is the actual goal you think of either Maha or whatever, or the administration or RFK? What do you think the actual goal is?
Yeah, well, I mean, few things.
Go ahead.
just like you said that they're not going to take stimulants away, you know what they are taking away? Narcan.
Saw that.
Right.
So
So
it's fucked up.
I don't disagree with your assessment. There is a whole racial component. We saw in September of 2024, the 12 months prior, a 24% drop in all opioid related overdoses. And he wants to end that.
It's
Like,
fucked up.
this is a way to both trim the population, and he wants to scare people in theories, right? My theory is he wants to
Yeah, go
scare
ahead.
people away from seeking the appropriate treatment because then, oh, look, the numbers are down. We don't have as many reported cases of autism. It's that.
There
I
you
think he
go.
wants to push the anti-vax rhetoric, which, I mean, he just made a statement saying that the measles vaccine contains aborted fetuses. Like, what the fuck are we even doing anymore? And so it's to push anti-vax rhetoric and to also push this, like, the influencer, the wholeness, the wellness influencer.
Yeah,
There's money there. There's
correct.
more money in that than there is in mental health, and it's much more unregulated, so it can really go off in its own world without any oversight. That this man, I'm still listening to this podcast called Behind the Bastards about his origin story. When he was 6 years old, this man chased a bunch of snakes on a plane, like truly snakes on a plane. This man is unwell. He is been dismissed by his family. I don't know what his goals are, but I know that it doesn't align with what's actually occurring in the community, and it's wasting taxpayer dollars hiring David Geier to lead this study and to promise a cure by September. There isn't.
Can you imagine a cure by
It's
September? The fuck out of here.
it'd be crazy, right? We've been searching for answers for decades, and I get it, and I want to empathize. I know parents
Yes.
who are desperately wanting what's best for their child
Yes.
are seeking and hearing this and are being swept up by it because it sounds like an answer. It sounds like that answer that no one's been giving them. It's that voice that they've never had for themselves. So you have this group of autism parents who are doing everything to support the Maha movement. I think he's capitalizing on that. It's causing division within our own community.
I've seen.
And so it's that desperation for an answer that is, I will do whatever this answer is. And that's what worries me, is he's creating distrust in vaccines, in our food, in our fluoride. And that's what really scares me, is we are losing the ability to trust science. And you know who else did that? Nazis. We know how that went.
Propaganda. So you bring up, you just said a second ago, it wasn't a vaccine thing. Oh no, it was the vaccine thing. So, right. Me and Spence always joke about it. Right. And it's been disproven for so long. And so now you're getting people sick again. And you know what's going to end up getting sick again is a lot of poor folk. A lot of poor folk going to end up not getting these vaccines. They're going to get really sick. They're going to end up dying. Which is like really sad. And this is what I wanted to pivot to. I work with a lot of folks that are autistic, right? My whole nonprofit, this whole fucking podcast is in Spencer. All we're doing is trying to help people out and then have some fun and laugh. And my heart does go out to a lot of folks, parents that have children that are very high needs. It is tough. 100%. I'll never be able to fully feel that because I don't have those children, right? But I know it's tough. And I work with those parents all the time. The kids are in and out of inpatient, this and that, right? Always will. I know it's tough. And like I could see where they would be like, holy shit, I'm going to fix my kid. My kid will be able to function. Bro, they're not God. They're not going to be able to fix something like this. And it's not like everyone talks about it. Even my father brought it up, and then I'm going to kick it back to Spencer.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Check out the full episode on our channel and anywhere you find podcasts. Also, remember to like and subscribe. Whoop whoop.